Hey guys, Sean Zane, the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where I bring on guests that are involved in the spaces of network, affiliate, multi level, those that have created tokens on the Algorand blockchain, if you're into crypto. And now I'm helping those that are involved in Skool. So I'm taking those Skool owners and we're picking their brains. We're finding out what's working, what's not working. I'm one myself, and I love collaborating with others because we can help each other grow. If you're listening to us on any of the verticals for audio, Amazon, Spotify, what have you, please don't forget do a little review at the end. And if you're watching us on the website or the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment at least where you're watching from. Any questions throughout, drop them in there, and then share the video. We want to help more people, and you helping us helps everybody because we want to make sure more people see what we're doing. And last but not least, please reach out to my guest. All the information's in the description. Have a conversation. I always say have a connection call. See where it leads. Might be a partnership type of opportunity. Might be some value that you might exchange back and forth. It's all up to you. I'm just setting that up. That's why I do this every single week. As always, I'm here to help motivate and inspire. Let's get this thing rolling. Let me bring on my next guest. We have John. What's up, John?
Sean, appreciate the invite and quite excited to be here. So thank you very much indeed.
Definitely. I appreciate you. A lot of people, there's a lot of fear. Oh, I can't do podcasting, I can't do video. And I want to just share with people what we're doing today. We're not scripting anything. It's all authentic. It's real. And I have the privilege to work with John. I know he's doing fantastic stuff. I like collaborating with others. I always ask, who are you? And why did you get into working in Skool, John?
Well, it's not a complicated story, Sean. I'm a great believer in keeping things simple, if that's appropriate. And I'm pretty much retired, if I'm honest. I'm living in southern Spain with my wife. We've been here for 7 years now. I'm originally from the UK. I'm 90% retired. I go back to the UK 2, 3, 4 times a year to host a couple of business expo events. Thoroughly enjoy it. Networking has always been part of my sort of life, really. So living in Spain, I felt a little bit detached, and I looked at various platforms. I was wanting to do something, and Skool kept cropping up again and again. I believe there's approaching 170,000 communities on Skool, which is a lot of communities and it's a lot of people. And I'm a guy that does research, and I did research it. I looked into it, and I decided to open up a community. I have to say, my research has been validated in the sense that I think Skool is an amazing platform. I think it's friendly, it's welcoming. The people are very supportive. But what I noticed very quickly, having got involved with it, and this is only sort of 5, 6 weeks ago, 2 massive drawbacks on Skool for me. The first one is that there really is nowhere for community owners to shout about what they're doing and shout about their own communities. And that's something we'll touch on. And the other huge drawback on Skool for me is the fact that it's so damn addictive. And you may think, well, I'll just do 10, 15 minutes. I'll just have half an hour. And all of a sudden it's dark outside. And I'm saying that in the nicest possible sense. I'm finding it hugely enjoyable. You mentioned that there's sort of nothing scripted here. We're just talking, and that's great because everything I'm saying to you now, it's coming from the heart. I did take the liberty of writing a couple of things down, and I'll tell you why. I'm adding features and benefits for my members all the time, and if I didn't jot a couple of them down, I'd probably forget to mention them if you ask me about it. So I'm excited to be here. I'm equally or more excited to be on Skool. I'm loving it, Sean. You've been here longer than me, so I guess you feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on since July 18th, and like John was saying, It is addictive. It is
Yeah,
different. It's not the traditional swipe, 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 swipe. It's more meaningful. There's more relationship building, and it's no algorithm. So it's not anything that's forced to come into your feed. If you're in a community, you'll get notifications, which those that are watching, if you get into Skool, that's one big drawback. If you don't go into the notifications and turn them off,
yeah,
if you're in a couple of them, it can be overwhelming. It's like ding, 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 ding. People are like
yeah,
commenting, you're like, whoa. So it gets a little crazy. But being you talked about being semi-retired
yeah.
and you work here and there. Well, if you love what you do, it's never really work. So that's why a lot of
True.
times people, I don't see myself ever retiring. I could retire from teaching, but I'll still do like what I'm doing on Skool podcasting. I'll do
Yeah.
things that I like to do, and it's
Yeah,
just something that
absolutely.
allows you to do that.
I'm exactly the same, Sean. I was almost having withdrawal symptoms of sort of talking to people, whether that's about personal stuff, business stuff. I mean, from a business point of view, I'm a sort of pretty experienced marketing and advertising guy. So I've helped a lot of small businesses over the years with some networking groups that I set up in the UK. The other thing on Skool, though, Sean, is that it's not spammy at all.
Right.
You choose which communities you engage with. It's funny you mentioned about notifications, because in the beginning, I didn't mind getting notifications on email. But a couple of days ago, I did have to turn them off. I mean, I go to Skool to look at the messages and the chats and the comments. So I'm not missing out on anything. But getting things pinging in on your mobile, it's so engaging. People are so proactive, which is
Yes.
wonderful. But I don't want 150 pings a day on my mobile. But again, they've recognized that. They give you the option to turn that off, albeit you can pick up on all the messages on Skool itself. I think that's a great idea. I think they've done a good job there.
So now there's an option, and I agree with you. There's an option of opening a school as a hobby, and there's an
Yeah,
option of being a pro. The one's
yeah.
$9 a month, one's $99 a month, and you get the affiliates and all that involved. What made you choose? You went the pro route, or did you go hobby first? Can you talk about
No,
that?
I went hobby because I went in, although I went in with my eyes open, it was a new experience for me. I'm still on hobby, Sean. The features and benefits of using either are not that dissimilar, really. I'm looking into doing some one-to-one interviews with my members, which will be recorded. I've double checked. I didn't think that would be available on hobby and only available on pro, but I was wrong. You can do one-on-one interviews and you can record them on hobby. As the group expands, it's something obviously I'm going to have to look at. So at the moment, hobby for me, and again, I think they've done a fantastic job there, because it's allowing people to experience it firsthand by using it. And by using it, I think that's how best to learn to do anything, really. I mean, you couldn't learn to drive a car virtually. You've got to be sat in the driver's seat with the wheel and the pedals, or an automatic shift, or whatever it is you've got. But you've got to do it to learn how to do it. And it's been a steep learning curve, but it hasn't been difficult, Sean. I think they've done an extremely good job with this. And I do hope that the hype doesn't fizzle, because there is a lot of hype. There's a lot of noise about Skool. I really hope it continues. And I think it will, because I think the people that are using it seem to be a certain kind of person. I'm not saying we all have to be givers. There are obviously going to be some takers on there as well. And that's absolutely fine. I have no issues with that at all. But the general feel I get from the people is that, they're here to help. They're here to succeed themselves, but they don't mind helping others along the way. And that fits in with my character. And again, it's another reason I chose Skool. I did think about setting up a Facebook group. I dispensed with that idea very quickly. And it was a no-brainer to choose Skool for me. So here we are.
A lot of people are moving from Facebook groups
Yeah.
to Skool
Yeah.
because of that factor. You can do a lot. There's a classroom that you can incorporate and train people in or teach people or give your nuggets of information. A lot of people also think they can just come in, drop all their courses inside the classroom, and then
Yeah.
everyone's going to go buy it. And they
Yeah.
forget there's skills that you have to acquire to allow
Sure.
you to have that happen. That's just coming in hoping it happens. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. The other thing with Facebook, Sean, for me, and well, Meta in general, and I don't want to be overly critical, you do feel like you're being watched a lot of the time. Whether we're watched on Skool, it's not something that's entered my mind in terms of Skool. And if I'm watched, I don't care because I'm putting myself out there as you are. You know, if people want to watch and comment, that's great. That's one of the reasons, you know, why we're doing this today. I'm quite happy to sit in front of a mic, to sit in front of a camera and talk about it. As I said in the beginning, I'm a pretty transparent guy, and this is why Skool fits, and it's why it works. I think, Sean, works for the majority. I believe. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think if you put the effort in, I think if you're doing it from the heart, if you're doing it for the right reasons, I think anybody coming on here for a quick buck, yes, they may be on it for a month and then they're going to disappear. But if you're in it for the long haul and you're in it for the right reasons, I think it's an incredible platform, and long may that continue.
I mean, bringing up income, a lot of people, if they're into that kind of thing, guys, that's why I like that side of the Skool. You can build a recurring income, residual income, as long as people are joining. You have whatever the number is. If it's $10 a month, as an affiliate, you make $5 a month. You might get a few cents because of fees, but you're earning a residual income in the convenience of your home, talking about the love that you might be in, a certain niche that you might be in. And that's a powerful way to build a business and not have to spend a lot of money. It's $99. And if you get 15 to 20 people at a certain price point,
I agree. I think the entry level is great. I think they've left the doors wide open for people to try it. Again, I'm going to be completely honest, Sean. You know, as I said, I'm sort of 90% retired, really. My community was free when I started. I didn't honestly have the intention. I was here to help people learn, not so much earn. So it was all about learn, not earn for me. Because the group seems to have taken off, to be perfectly honest, the amount of admin time, and not least the fact that I've added an external website to help my members promote themselves, I have now moved to being paid. And coincidentally, I've put it at the hobby price. So I've put it at £9 a month. That seemed right to me. It's ridiculous value. I mean, there's a video on the About page of my community about that. So let's see what happens. But the fact that people can openly promote their own communities in the community I've set up, that's obviously hitting a nerve with people. There are some others out there, but if you look at them a little bit more closely, you need to start upping yourself to a VIP subscription to be able to promote yourself. So some groups that are free, you then need to upgrade internally within that community to be able to do the things that attracted you in the first place. So I didn't want to do that. I moved from free. I grandfathered all the existing members at the time, and they are free for life. But people from sort of, whether it was 30 odd onwards, all pay £9 a month, and that's it. And my churn rate so far is 0.
That's the beauty, is keeping people coming back. And you can become an affiliate, guys. You can be an affiliate, and that's what part of my podcast is, affiliate marketing. You can be an affiliate for different groups and earn commissions and have your memberships paid for by your commissions you're earning inside of Skool. If you have and you use the Skool link and someone joins and sets up their own Skool and they use your link, you make $40 a month. And it could add up if you have 10 of those a month, or 10 of them that you can gain in the next couple months, that's almost $400 a month that you have recurring, as long as
I,
they keep their membership going.
I think if you have the character where you find something like Skool hard work because it's not within you to give and to help, those are the people that we said earlier. Those people are going to come and go. But again, if this is part of your makeup, part of your DNA, part of your character, if that's the way you are as a person, wow, what an enjoyable way to generate income. But it isn't just that, Sean, is it? We're equally helping other people generate
Right.
an income for them. So it's a very much a two-way street. And again, that's what appeals to me. If I generate income from Skool, great. But knowing that it's going back the other way for the people that I'm helping, it's a win-win for me.
It's
Win-win.
basically you're a partner with the owner of the
Yeah,
community,
yeah,
and I share this all the time. If those that are watching start a community, like in my community, I have a link rotator. So
right.
everyone that comes in, all the marketing that I do outside of Skool is that link rotator. So you can pick up an affiliate by coming in and becoming an affiliate or working with me. You can earn someone coming underneath you without even doing anything from the promotion that I do outside of Skool. And people are like, wait, what? It's like, yes, because we're partnerships. I want to help people. A lot of people in network marketing talk about spillover.
Yeah,
Spillover, they wait for the spillover. Oh, the upline is going to give me money. But you're an upline because of the people below you. You have to take care of them too. So that's
sure.
what I kind of bring that in. I want to help more people. If I can get people to have free memberships while they're paying their membership,
Yeah,
that's a bonus for everybody. The
yeah.
pressure is gone.
I mean, somebody at some point, whether it's Sam Ovens or the guys that set this up, they've had some long meetings about these sorts of things, and they have obviously put I mean, obviously we all evolve as we move forwards. I'm a big believer in sort of refine. I've been doing that with my own community. I'll be continuing to do that, and I'm sure Skool as a business, which is what they are, have done the same. But they've done a pretty good job. I think they've done a pretty good job. I think they're pretty transparent with it. I like the videos they put out every month, or I don't know if it's every week or every month, but the sort of updates as to what's in the
Yep.
pipeline, what features are coming, little updates on people who are doing incredibly well, tips on strategies and, ideas to help you build your own community. Again, I keep coming back to this word transparent. It's all pretty transparent stuff. I haven't seen Mark Zuckerberg come on Facebook and say, right, guys, I want to speak to everybody who's running a Facebook group. Give me 20 minutes. I'm going to chat through to you how we work, how the algorithms are, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I want to help you guys grow your Facebook groups. I've not seen him do that.
No.
I suspect we'll never will, Sean.
No, I agree. And it's something that should be done, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
For those that are, starting out, a big proponent, a big challenge is
Yeah.
keeping engagement inside the community.
It
What are
is.
some tips that we can share that you're using that have been working for you? Then maybe some of the things that weren't working early on, actually. Try that first. What was not
Well,
working?
I think one of the big things is visibility, Sean. I show up every day. I don't do that because I feel obliged to. I'm doing it because I'm enjoying it. I like to see what's out there. As I'm talking to you, I've got the dog scratching behind me, so I'm going to have to let him out within 30 seconds and then come back to you.
Yeah.
But I think visibility is massive. I think consistency is a huge factor. And I think the ability of being able to put yourself in the shoes of other community owners is invaluable. And that's something I couldn't do before I started, but I can do that now. And it's why I picked up on the fact that it was very difficult to promote yourselves within Skool. And of course, listen, Sean, you obviously know what you're doing. You're putting out podcasts, you're involved in marketing, online, offline. I've been around for a long time. Not everybody's marketing savvy. Not everybody can set up an email campaign. Not everybody can put together a social media campaign and have it running, in an automated fashion. I can do that. I'm not doing it massively with Skool, but I am putting some stuff out there, as I'm sure you are. But being there, being supportive, and what I like to do is give my members food for thought. And not through laziness, but I try to put posts out there that they can then discuss between themselves, that will evolve into a debate. I'm there as well, and I'll contribute. It's not that I don't want to be there, but then the community becomes self-financing is not the word. Self-perpetuating, is that the right word?
Yep.
But it's active. And I think that's the trick. If a high percentage of your members can be genuinely active, and I don't mean being on there for half an hour every day, that's never going to happen. But if they're chipping in every week or every couple of weeks and they're adding to debates, I've recently asked my members to submit bios of themselves so I can put it on the website and promote them and their communities. Has everybody done it? No, but a lot have. And it's such a fantastic way, and it's making people think. And I want to differentiate my community from others, because I want my community to have something that others don't. I think you've already done that. It's interesting what you've done. Because of my background, I'm sort of curious. I know why you've done lots of things the way you've done it, and I appreciate that. But not everybody's got the marketing knowledge that you and I have. And that, again, is coming back to helping people, sharing wisdom, sharing knowledge, but doing it in the most welcoming and supportive way. I would never put myself on a platform. Nobody knows everything, and I hold my hand up to that. I'm learning every day. But I do love sharing a bit of knowledge, Sean.
No, it's something that you have. Yeah, I see that too. I talk to my mentor, and I'm like, not everybody's the way I am, and not everybody's the way you are. You also have to kind of motivate them. That's why I always say I want to be here to help, motivate, and inspire you.
Yeah, I think those are three great words. Yeah,
that's just something that if anyone could steal that and use it, and because we all should be doing that, because everyone's, I can't do what you do. I'm like, I'm married. I have 4 kids. I have one kid that had a liver transplant at 4 months old. I have, I'm a full-time teacher. I used to be a varsity baseball coach. I'm a union president. I have my business. I have an insurance business I run. I market. And
You're a busy guy.
School.
I'll just tell you something, Sean. I just want to mention this while it's in my head. We keep coming back to this, it coming from the heart. If you're on Skool and you're putting on an act and you're not a helpful person, you're not somebody that likes giving, you're not somebody who wants to help others succeed, if that's all an act, you ain't going to last 5 minutes, because people are going to see right through it.
Yes.
And that's the other attraction of Skool for me. I'm visible, I'm out there. People can see lots of things that I'm admittedly, reading the written word on a screen. It's not all face to face, although I am changing that. I will be having some hangouts with my members. It'll be the Skool Owners Cafe.
Nice.
That's what we're going to have. So there's an exclusive for you. But if it's not coming from the heart, Sean, Skool's not going to cut it. You may be better off in a Facebook group. I don't know.
Yeah. That is so true. I know your dog needs to go out. I know time is important. I would love for you, the final thoughts that you have for those that are thinking about giving up Skool. Those that are like, they've been in it for a couple of weeks. I'm not paying this anymore. I'm going to give up. And if you got 60, 90 seconds, kind of a couple little tips of how to keep them going. They got to join your community. You can help promote them.
I think if you're on here, you really should be doing something that you believe in. And if you believe in something, it's part of you, whether it's coming from the heart or the head or a combination of the two. I'm somebody who always looks forwards. I never dwell. I never get preoccupied, stressed with things that I can't change. If somebody said to me, listen, the grass is green and I hate it, it makes me really depressed. Why are you worrying about it? Listen, the grass is green, the sky is blue, move on, focus on things that you can influence. So if people are on here doing something that they believe in, never stop believing. I mentioned this earlier, refine, refine, refine. We can all make things better as we go along. I used to work with somebody a long time ago who's become quite a prominent international speaker. And he once said to me that he can improve any business within 10 seconds. And he does a little presentation on this, which is quite lengthy, but I can cut it down to literally to 10 seconds. And this is what he says: no matter what business you're in, whether it's school, off school, whatever, be nice. It's three things, Sean. Be nice, do what you say you're going to do, and always strive to be better tomorrow. If you adopt those three principles in your business, whether you're a plumber, a dentist, a school community owner, if you adopt those three principles of being nice, do what you say you're going to do, strive to be better tomorrow, you will see significant improvements. Keep believing, look forwards. That would be my advice.
Powerful. That is a great ending to our episode. I appreciate John for being with us. And I want to make sure that everyone reach out to him, have a connection call, take a look at his community. Link is in the description. And,
Sean, our first episode of many.
Yes, you're going to see John again. And
okay.
We want to, as always, I'm always here to help motivate and inspire. John, stick around for one moment. Everyone else, we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. I'm just going to let that dog out.
You got it.